Capitalism and the Theory of Capitalism was founded by Adam Smith. Smith was a key member of the Scottish Enlightenment and believed in a free market economy. The Wealth of Nations, written by Smith, was the basis for Britain's Industrial Revolution and its political economy in the late 18th century. Capitalism replaced mercantilism, which had been Europe's economic system prior to the late 18th century. Mercantilism was a system that operated through governmental regulation in order to increase a nation's wealth. However, Adam Smith's idea of capitalism became more popular and prominent. Capitalism is an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit. Capitalists support having minimal to no government involvement in trade and industry. Communism is a political theory created and derived by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels' theory of Marxism. Communism is a theory that supports class war, which would lead to a society free of social classes. There would be no private property because all property would be public and therefore owned by everyone in society, and every person would potentially work and get paid to their own abilities and needs. Communism was described in the Communist Manifesto, which was written by both Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in 1848. In the late 19th century, the communist philosophy began spreading through Russia. In 1917, the Bolsheviks gained power through the October Revolution. This was the first time that a Marxist and communist group managed to seize power in the government. The idea of communism then began to be widely accepted and supported. Current countries that are communist include Vietnam, China, Cuba, Laos, and North Korea.
Hi, my name is Adam Smith, and I'm here to talk to you guys about capitalism. So, what is capitalism? So basically, it's like making a lot of money while no one's watching you. So, think of the government as like your mom, who's annoying and controlling you and trying to limit you in everything you do. But then imagine this, she's gone. So now you can sell things that you bought for like a few cents for thousands of dollars, and then you make a profit. And it's all allowed because your mom, so the government, is gone. So a few days ago I went to the market and then I bought this cute little apple for $3, I think. But I'm going to sell it online for $7,000. And so I'm going to make such a big profit and my life is going to be great because I have money. So basically, I can do this and it's all legal because no one can control me. So I'm going to live my life ripping people off and it's great. Yeah.
Hi, my name is Karl Marx, and don't you think it would be great if everyone had the same paycheck? Me too. I believe in working hard and doing all that grind every day, and also sharing this time. My best bro, Friedrich Engels, is like super smart, okay? And we came up with this thing called communism. And it's great. We call everyone your comrade, and it's like a party every day you do it. But it's for the greater good, so.
You can't have that. If you have it, then everyone has to have it.
The process of urbanization is the process in which cities and/or societies become more urban or modernized. Factories and new modes of transportation are built, new jobs are created, and thus the city grows. With the creation of more urbanized cities in this period, the economy grew and improved, leading to political and economic theories such as socialism, capitalism, anarchism, and many more. Industrialization was also a big process within urbanization, for the growth of cities through urbanization led to the creation of industries. The urbanization of Britain required more workers for plantations, factories, and other new industries. Due to poverty and extreme famine, people migrated in order to get jobs. Furthermore, the coming of people resulted in faster and more effective work, which also increased the process of industrialization. Due to the poor quality of roads in Britain, the majority of transportation of goods was made through canals. For that reason, the transportation revolution led to the change and improvement of canals as well as roads. The development of new canals allowed ships to deliver goods faster and more efficiently. Their number ended up doubling. The number and quality of roads was also improved through major reforms made by the government. However, later on with the introduction of railroads, canals were no longer needed. The first trains were used for transportation of iron and coal. Note how transportation helped with industrialization, and how industrialization, which led to the invention of the steam engine used for those trains, further helped transportation. This was a positive feedback loop which helped the economy enormously. The first use of the telegraph and the first designs were developed and took place in Britain, in America. Samuel Morse and his assistant Alfred Vail had the most successful design and the one which continued to be used for a long time. Thomas Edison invented the two-way telegraph communication later. Overall, people's lives improved greatly due to the invention of railroads and telegraphs, because transportation and communication improved, allowing things to take place at faster rates.
Hey, guess what? I made a thingy. Okay.
What is that thing?
Well, it's called a canal, and you can transport things on it.
Really? I thought we had horses to do that, and other inventions that humans created.
Well, but through this, I can blow up a bunch of land and then make a river where there wasn't. And transport things like people and goods on boats. Yeah.
Wow, that's a great idea.
I know, that's why I invented it.
From industrialization, most people began to work in factories, producing products for the global economy. Normal shifts were about 12 to 14 hours a day, with low wages and harsh punishments. The working environments were very unsafe, and accidents happened quite often, but factories did not usually compensate for the injury of their workers. Important changes such as the concentration of labor in a single location and increasing degree of specialization of labor occurred as a result of the development of factory systems. Men were usually paid about 15 shillings per week, while women were paid much less, approximately 7 shillings. The wide divide between the wealth and laboring masses was not left unnoticed. Workers promoted alternative visions of society to oppose capitalist exploitation of workers by promoting things such as utopian socialism, Marxism, and anarchism. Most commonly, people worked in textile factories, especially in Europe. Factory workers operated spinning equipment such as the spinning jenny, water frame, and the spinning mule. This factory equipment was very crude and often resulted in severe injury or even death.
Okay, so, hey boss. Well, you know how we're making like huge factories to like accommodate to like the growing economy and stuff, you know, all that.
Yeah, I love them. My favorite.
Well, we have this thing where we're hiring orphans now. You know about that?
Yeah, and?
Well, they all keep dying and they're starving. So,
Why do they keep dying? That's not what we hired them to do.
well, we made huge factories that, you know, crush them. So, are we gonna do anything about that, or?
Well, not really. You know, I'd rather make a lot of money at the price of some orphan kids who no one cares about and no one needs. Who cares if they die? It's all about the money.
So it's like really cold where I am, and I'm kind of dying of hypothermia. Can you fix that? Because there's people taking shits on the street, so.
I totally would, but my medium-paying job is just barely enough to keep a roof over my head and to feed my family. So I'm sorry. Bye.
I don't want to do that because I like money, and it would waste like my money for me to pay for you to have a better life. So. Hey boss, there's like a whole bunch of people who want to live in one spot, but there isn't enough space for everyone.
What if we do that?
What?
Stack things. Stack houses on top of each other.
You're genius!